We'll begin with Jennifer Ditchburn from the Canadian Press, please.
Thank you. Good morning. Last week, your Immigration Minister, Chris Alexander, encouraged Canadians to open their hearts and help Syrian refugees. And many Canadian churches, groups of 5 Canadians, are getting together to see what they can do to sponsor refugees. But what they're finding out is that it can take many years to bring a family in. I just want to hear you take us through the specific measures that you're taking to expedite the process.
Yeah, Jennifer, I'm not in a position to announce that today, but I've made it clear that those are the steps we are going to be taking. I've already said we are going to bring in more Syrian refugees, more refugees from the region generally, and I've said we are going to take some concrete steps to expedite the process. And we're also going to make sure we tap into that generosity that I think is very genuine across the country. We're going to do those things, and at the same time, let me be clear, we're going to do them in a way that makes sure we prioritize the most vulnerable and we do everything necessary to protect our national security. We will move forward with some plans on that in the very near future. And let me assure you, the position of this government has been, we have been a world leader in refugee resettlement, and we intend to do that, but we intend to do it in a responsible way, a responsible and affordable way for Canadians.
Catherine Collins, CBC.
Sir, can you elaborate on the security concerns posed by Syrian refugees?
The short answer to that is no. Look, I think the public generally, it doesn't take much to figure out, given the nature of the conflict in the Syrian and Iraqi region, the nature of the very serious security threats that this poses. I was in Jordan, as you know. I toured the refugee camp there, certainly saw the challenges, the grave humanitarian challenges that people face, and that's just one of many, many camps, almost 100,000 people there. But at the same time, I received a pretty detailed security briefing about the challenges that exist in the region. You know, all of those camps, let's be clear, the camps in this region are not refugee resettlement. These are camps that are armed, that are under military security, where people are living on a temporary and very fragile basis. So, as I said repeatedly, and let me say it again, the government's been clear, we already announced our intention to bring in more Syrian refugees before this was a headline. In fact, as I recall, when we announced it, it wasn't even deemed worthy of that much coverage, and that was only a month ago. So we are a world leader in refugee resettlement. We will continue to do that. We are going to take some measures as well to expedite the process, to make sure this process moves forward more quickly and more effectively than it has to date, but at the same time in a way that protects security and also make sure we are prioritizing the right people, the people who are the most vulnerable and genuine refugees. And we will obviously let people know as soon as we can responsibly do that what our plans are.